this year by Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. But before we announce the winners of this year's awards, let's give you a chance to be a winner yourself with some 2K TV Interactive. And this one is...
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting... Welcome to 2K Sports for another. Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. They've got Jimmy Butler. Oladipo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's Clark in at power forward. And for the Clippers, you've got Wiseman. DeRozan out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Ingles in at the 3. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. Now the regular season coming to a close, Greg. Some call these the dog days of the year. Winning teams ready for the playoffs, and lottery teams sometimes ready to hang it up and call it quits. It's kind of an interesting dynamic.
No doubt, Kevin. A lot of teams still have something to play for, whether it's fighting to make the playoffs or seeding. These games matter. And then with the younger teams, young players are trying to secure their future moving forward, and teams that are doing a great job of evaluating and determining whether or not they want some of those guys on the roster the following year.
Very interesting. Now, here's Ingles. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Here's Powell. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Down low. Bogdanovic finds Powell. Outside DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Back to Powell for 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, on the catch and shoot, Norman Powell ready to rise and fire.
And you watch DeRozan play, he still has that explosiveness. Great first step out of the triple threat position. Can switch directions on the go. Is still a handful to slow on the perimeter.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's DeRozan. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovic.
Well, the handles of DeMar DeRozan taking center stage there. How about the ball skills? Taking advantage of those and converting.
Now, here's Oladipo. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Greg, with the explosiveness you talked about with DeRozan, it helps that he finishes so well when he gets to the rim.
And maybe not what he once was, but he is still an elite level athlete. Doesn't only have to drop the hammer when he gets to the rim either. Very smooth at adjusting mid-flight to finish at the rim.
Another miss by Oladipo. For Anaheim, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Oladipo against Powell. DeRozan in the corner. Over Kennard. Here's Wiseman. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for him. .119 left to play in the first quarter. Butler on the way. Ingles covering. Clippers leading by 8. Here's Powell. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And here we go. It's Butler. Shot to stop the run. Bogdanovic grabs the miss. And so it's Bogdanovic who brings up the ball for the Clippers. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
You know, some teams just have your number. And that was the case between these two last season. Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Butler. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Victor Oladipo's passing skills probably unappreciated. This guy is very unselfish and capable.
Here's DeRozan. He gets it in there. DeRozan's got his second basket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Oladipo. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, a tremendous job by Victor Oladipo. You don't think of guards being prolific in the interior, but Mr. Oladipo is.
Here's DeRozan. The teardrop falls in. DeRozan's got 6 points.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defense.
And it's Anaheim going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And
I think the biggest thing is just the relentlessness.
you know, Greg, I haven't ever heard anyone question his effort.
He came into the league as a raw athlete. Now he's a skilled assassin.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
So for Chicago right now, Kennard is out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Wood in at the 5.
Oh, you love to see Bogdanovich stroke that deep ball. What an accomplished scorer from distance. Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end. And that, to me, was his best performance to date.
Anaheim leading by 9. Powell, the pass to Ingles. Wiseman with the ball. The pass to DeRozan. Lets a floater go, and the layup is up and in. 8 points for him.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Powell for 3. Rebound by the Bulls.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
And it's Clark slamming it down.
I'll tell you, that's a pretty pass from Jimmy Butler, and you've got to have special vision to make it.
And DeRozan kicks to Powell. Back to DeRozan. 5 to shoot. They get the rebound. Wood with the block. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Doesn't go for him. Anaheim goes the other way with it.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Butler's got 9.
That's fantastic shot making this quarter after struggling a bit in the first.
DeRozan passes to Wiseman. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Clark outside. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Oh, that's blocked. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
It's his first trip to the line. Both good from the line that time. And Christian Wood, undrafted in 2015 out of UNLV. Wait a minute, that's your alma mater. Hey, talk about his game. What do you like about Christian Wood's game?
Well, first I'll start with he went to UNLV. He's long, he's lean. I think he really fits the modern NBA as a small ball center. Able to hold his own on the glass and space the floor.
And finished off by Wiseman.
Boy, what a thing of beauty by DeMar DeRozan. His eyes are up. He locates his teammate. Just so pretty.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Victor Oladipo.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Powell, the pass to DeRozan. Chicago grabs the miss. Woods got his 5th rebound in this one. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Now just a 4-point Anaheim lead. DeRozan for 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. Checking out Anaheim. Kenny, give us your take.
Well, they should have a lot of room on the...
And that should...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Bogdanovich out there with Weissman. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Ingles in at the 3 slot. Unloads from 13. Offensive rebound. Weissman with the bucket.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Oladipo against Powell.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Here's Ingles. And Butler sends it back.
Terrific anticipation. Butler reads that play, sends it back.
About 1 minute played here in the second half.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Now Kennard. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And good that time.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Oladipo outside. And the Bulls with another miss.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And really, this is the time to push it. Try to extend that lead.
You know, they can make things much easier on themselves in the fourth if they just have a few more possessions like that. Amazing individual performance, but you'd like to see more guys start to get involved. I don't know if he can do it alone.
Powell kicks to DeRozan. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the third. Bogdanovich Another shot, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Chicago.
Well, Bogdanovich staying confident down low, being physical with the defense, and gets rewarded with a trip to the foul line.
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Oladipo outside. The shot from the low post is good. Oladipo's got 8.
Boy, the strength of Victor Oladipo is on display there, effortlessly absorbing the contact. Nicely done.
DeRozan surveying the D. Four on the shot clock. From 10 feet out, they get it again. And that one, good. 11 points in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Oladipo dishes to Butler. To the inside. Count it, and the Anaheim lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Clark.
Boy, perfect execution in the pick and roll. Butler always the guy who's going to draw attention, and he makes the unselfish play.
Powell with it. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Wiseman the pass to Ingles. Takes a 3. Drills it from outside. Ingles has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. And it's Anaheim. Their lead at 11 points to end the... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So for Chicago right now, Jimmy Butler is out there with Brandon Clark. Then there's Oladipo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Wood in at the 5, roaming the paint. Oladipo against Powell. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Wiseman the pass to Bogdanovich. Now DeRozan. Kicks it to Ingles. Got a piece of it.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Here's Oladipo, and the shot goes down.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Oladipo against DeRozan. He kicks to Ingles. And here's Wiseman. Passes it to Powell. For the 3. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Bulls trail by 10. Here's Oladipo. Wiseman with the rebound. Wiseman's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Inside. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clark.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Pass to Powell. Wiseman with the ball. Back to DeRozan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I think you know what you're going to get from DeMar DeRozan at the free throw line. Year in and year out, this guy's going to be about 80, 85%.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Powell against Oladipo. Clark inside.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
And that one falls for Clark. And he can't hit the second. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Kennard against DeRozan. Pass to Powell. Wood with the block. They retain possession. Now here's Oladipo. Knocked away. Powell with the steal.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Clippers.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Wiseman.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, James Wiseman.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Here's Wood, and finished off by Wood.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Some call them wins and lessons. Coach not wasting any time making his point.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
Wood kicks to Parsons. But they'll get another chance. Back to Valentine. Nails the triple.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Wood can't hit. So it's Anaheim picking up the win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.